Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. We apologize for the delay. First times that we start this late, we have been having technical problems with the audio. So we will have a modified version of today's quarterfinal, unfortunately. But it will be engaging with our participants, and I hope you enjoyed them anyways. So as you know, we have already played the qualification round, and today we are doing the Latin American quarterfinals. We have two participants, and our judges will assign a first and a second place to each one of these participants. The first place will be moved directly to the semifinals, and the second place will be placed as a wild card, and will have the opportunity to go to the semifinals if that person gets the place against the other quarterfinalist. So today's agenda, as I mentioned, is similar to the previous ones, and we will introduce the judges, our participants. Then each one of our judges will take 1 minute to pose their question to the participant, and the participant will be given 2 minutes to present their answers. The judges will take up to 10 minutes to deliberate privately, while we take some time to chat with the participants. The judges will select a spokesperson to announce who is the second place and the first place. So I am Carla Zúñiga. I am acting as a Deputy Ambassador for the Latin American Continental Zone on behalf of Wilson Lopez, who is the ambassador. And with us today are Marika Guralnik, who is from Estonia, Seth Eshun from Ghana, and Kitty Shan from Australia, who these three people are our judges. Our quarterfinalists represent two associations, the Colegio Nacional de Actuarios de México and Instituto Brasileiro de Actuaria in Brazil. So who are our quarterfinalists? Our first quarterfinalist is Jose Miguel Flores Contró. He is a 31 years old actuary from Mexico, and he presents his video, A Bridge to Inclusive Insurance. Our second finalist is participant is Renan Kai Wu. He is 25 years old from Brazil, and he presented his video, The Bridge to Tomorrow, Actuaries and Social Inclusion. So here is where we had the technical problems. We really cannot share the audio, so we cannot view the videos with you today. Nonetheless, one of the options that we have is we will invite you to look at the videos on the YouTube channels, although I'm sure that most of you have already seen it, just like us. And instead of viewing the video, we will go straight to the Q&A with the judges. So we will start with Jose Miguel. And the first judge to ask the question will be Seth.
Carla, excuse me, who is the first quarterfinalist we are asking now?
Jose Miguel.
Jose Miguel.
Yes.
Yeah. The one of inclusive insurance.
Hello, Jose, and thank you for the good presentation. I enjoyed it a lot. I wanted to ask you, in terms of making things quite practical, you talked a lot about getting NGOs in the development agencies. How do you think you can make this concept very practical in terms of affecting farmers, affecting small scale people? So please help us there.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Seth, for your question and for watching the video as well. Well, first, I would like to mention that I heard that you're from Ghana, so it's actually even better because next year, well, actually this year now, we are having the International Conference on Inclusive Insurance in Ghana. So it's very nice. And my video was about inclusive insurance. So yeah, to make things practical, as you mentioned, in my proposed integral solution, insurance solutions, there are many stakeholders who play important roles. As you mentioned, one of these stakeholders are donors and NGOs. So one key thing to make things work is to have a good coordination among all these stakeholders. So for instance, donors, governments, even smallholder farmers, the index insurance provider, all need to profit somehow from the product, because if not, at the end, the product will not reach scale and will not be successful, for instance. So I would say that one key aspect is to coordinate all the stakeholders very well, and they all need to have like a common goal that they want to attend at the end. So I would say that coordination is key to make it practical. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Thank you, Jose. That's helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Seth. Now I'll give the spotlight to Kitty.
Hello, I watched the video and it's very interesting. I guess in my landscape, I don't deal with this type of insurance every day, so it's good exposure for me and very informative from learning something new in your video. Thanks for that. So in terms of the purpose of serving the social good and the general public, I guess we all very mindful about the penetration rate. So in terms of your thoughts on the marketing strategy, how would you promote this proposed product to your target segment so that we could achieve a optimal penetration rate in your target segment or target market?
Yeah, thank you very much, Kitty, for your question and also for watching the video again. Yeah, that's a very good question. Well, actually, one of the main ways of evaluating if a product is successful or not is actually, as you said, to mention some key performance indicators. One of those key performance indicators is the penetration rate, for instance. And how to actually attain a good penetration rate? Well, in inclusive insurance, it's very hard actually, because the population you're trying to reach is difficult to access. And also it's very particular. For instance, something that characterizes a lot this population is that they don't have like a very high financial literacy. So one way of reaching scale, for instance, is to educate these people, explain them how insurance works, first of all, because most of them doesn't understand even or never even heard about the term insurance. Therefore, they don't even know how does it work, no? So they are more used, for instance, to other microfinance instruments, I don't know, microcredits, for instance, etc. So the first thing is to explain to these people how does insurance works, which is a very difficult task, yes, but this is where actuaries also can help because they are the experts in insurance. And also, one way of reaching scale as well is to bundle insurance with another financial products, just as I did in the proposed solutions, in which I'm bundling insurance with a savings component, for instance, and a health care platform. Why bundling is good? Because, for instance, maybe some people, as I mentioned, are more used to some financial instruments than insurance. And for instance, with this bundling, they trust more the product because they already know the other type of product. I don't know if this helps to answer your question.
Just in
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah.
Now, Marika?
Yes, it was very interesting to watch the videos. I also learned some new things. From the practical point of view, my question is maybe similar to the one Seth already asked, but I'm interested in what is your idea behind usage or involvement of index providers and healthcare platforms in this inclusive product?
Yeah, thank you very much, Marika, again, for watching the video, for the questions. Yeah, it's a very good question. Why index insurance? Well, actually, the time is not running yet, or what happened with the time? Should I continue?
Yeah, index
Just go ahead.
providers.
Sorry. Yeah, so why index insurance? Because one of the main things we want to do is to reduce costs. So index insurance helps a lot to do this. Why? Because it's an insurance, a type of insurance that it's not linked to the actual losses, but to an index, as its name says. For instance, we can link this insurance to the rainfall index. And for instance, if there is not enough rainfall, then this somehow means that there could be a drought season, and then we can give a payout to the smallholder farmer. And therefore, we don't need to assess the loss. And then therefore we reduce cost of I don't know, needing like a loss assessment. No, this is why, for instance, we need index insurance, or we are using index insurance to reduce costs. Another thing is that index insurance can also reduce, for instance, moral hazard and adverse selection, which is some of the main risks that can hurdle our insurance, for instance. Another thing, a very important thing of why index insurance is because technology, as we know nowadays, is very important in our lives. And we now have the technology to implement index insurance. And it's very similar from the healthcare platform case. We have the technology to provide healthcare to people through applications. Actually, there are some examples already in Africa with Bima Milbik, which is a fintech, a Swedish fintech, which already provides healthcare insurance via applications, via mobile phones, etc. So technology is key, and yeah, I think, yeah, this is what.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we will go now to the next participant, Renan Wu. And we will ask the judges to post their questions. And let's start with Marika, since she.
Yes. Okay. So very interesting topic from the actuarial and pricing point of view. I wanted to ask whether you have any practical ideas or even feeling about the pricing or tarification of this product of other planet, which you presented. So how much more expensive it could be, or you mentioned the artificial intelligence for the underwriting, but how in practice you see this pricing aspects of this Sky-Fi product?
Okay, so the product is based on two main ideas. First is to create a great underwriting guideline, and then accept risks that it's not too bad, but we want to not too bad, but the insurer company can accept and try to help the insurer to have a good health habits. And as long as track this information of the health habit of the customer, we can adjust the premium. And that is and we can use data science through wearables and IoT to get the data and do all the analysis and then adjust the premium. And that is this is it's a great issue because we are fostering the society to have more great health habits. And so come back again, the pricing, when the customer tries to buy insurance, they pass through a underwriting process, and then we will base a premium for this person. And of course, it will be a little expensive than a normal person, but as long as they try to have a more health habits, the premium will be lower in the future. And they can choose either to, okay, I will pay less premium, or not, I will donate the difference to a charity.
But you haven't, okay, my time is running, so you haven't estimated how much could be the difference comparing to normal person. But okay, but time is out. So
I think you can have the time to answer that follow-up question.
Maybe we need to analyze the experience of the market. I mean, using private data and data from government, and also with support with the reinsurer, because they have data, all partners all over the world. So we can construct, we can make a pricing reflecting all this data, and maybe, I'm guessing, we can charge 150% of a pure premium, and then in the future the customer is giving more attention in these health habits, and then we will lower the premium.
Thank you.
thank you.
I'll ask now Seth, please pose your question.
Thank you, Renan, for... Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Renan, for the presentation. It was good, and I like the name POP. I think it's also useful because it will seek to provide cover for some group of individuals who, because of they having HIV or having diabetes or pre-existing conditions, they do not get cover. So it's good. I just wanted to know, these are people in which the likelihood of them making a claim is really high. So insurance is you getting cover for something that may or may not happen. And so basically it becomes more of like a certain event instead of an uncertain event. How do you make sure that the insurance companies think that these products are profitable enough for them? Because if you look at a whole of life product in which it is certain that the person will pass away, it's more of a saving product because it takes a long time for the event to occur. So you can build up a bit of money in order to make that claim. But this could be a short-term product. So how does the insurance company protect themselves?
So first of all, as I said in the video, we need support from the reinsurer, because it's a not new, but it's a new niche of market for insurance companies, because they don't have the expertise to do this kind of a product. And of course, the product may be not profitable at the beginning, but the idea is to have a good mass of customers insured that want to have good health habits, and then these can increase the longevity of these people. So with the support of the insurers and with this idea, the product could be profitable in the future. But this product is not to be a high profitable product. It's to be a product that the insurance companies are able to enter in a market niche. I mean, it's a product that companies could offer dignity for people who suffer with one of these diseases. And then and it's really important in countries like Brazil, because a lot of people have one of this disease and they must need life insurance, but the penetration rate is very low, about 10%. So this kind of a product would be also will also open more opportunities for the insurance market.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Seth. Kitty?
Yeah. Thank you for your presentations. Very interesting. I guess my question will be similar with the two other judges, because we look at the pricing aspect and then the profit margin aspect. So I would love to ask you another aspect from a company point of view and from the customer point of view as well. So obviously this is a product that is customized to a certain group of customer with some similar characteristics. And how would you address the discrimination issue? Because we are creating different product and kind of a lot of customization. And also, how would you name a few commercial benefit for the company to opt to this market segment?
So there are two questions. One of the how can customize the product and how it will be profitable.
Yeah, how would you convince the company to offer this product? Can you name a few commercial benefits
Okay.
for the company? Yeah.
So the first is the how to customize the product. We can create different. We can create a product, but with different features according to the needs of the customer. So, for example, a person who has diabetes maybe need more medicine. So we can offer a coverage that covers or make a discount when the person buy this medicine. And answering your second question, the main benefit is that the company will have access to we'll have more access to a large group of possible customers, possible insured people. The main benefit that is the company will have more access to possible customers, and then they can offer this product, and later they can offer more products like products related to longevity or providence or even health products. So it's an open window for this group of people.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Before I ask the judges to go to the deliberation room, I would like to ask if you have any follow-up question for Jose Miguel, since we gave the opportunity to Renan. No?
Can I ask a follow-up question to
Yes.
Jose? It's a quick question. Is related to index insurance. Because it's an index insurance, there's always basis risk. And how would he deal with the basis risk associated with index insurance?
Yeah, can you hear me, Seth, and everyone? Sorry.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, okay, yeah, as you mentioned, from one side, I mentioned that index insurance helps a lot to reduce moral hazard and adverse selection, which are another type of risks. But as you mentioned, that's a very important thing. Index insurance, or one of the downsides of index insurance is that it has a very high basis risk. So one of the ways in which we can reduce these basis risks, the first approach would be to have multiple weather stations in multiple locations on the regions where you are like delivering your insurance product. Because in this way, of course, you will be able to cover more regions and therefore develop better index estimators, right? So this will be the first approach to do it. However, maybe not the best one, because we all know that maybe putting or implementing weather stations is not that cheap and it's expensive. But that would be like the easiest approach to reduce basis risk. However, we can also reduce basis risk by bundling insurance with other products. Again, just as I mentioned previously, bundling is also a very good future for inclusive insurance products, because, for instance, if we bundle an insurance coverage with savings component, then people or the client can use the savings accumulated in an account to face the losses from that come from an adverse event, let's say. So this is another way to do it, bundling insurance with other financial products. So I don't know if this answers your question, Seth. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I forwarded again the link for the judges to access the delivery room. I invite you to go there. Please remember that you will have to select who is the first and the second place from these two participants. We will be waiting for you here. Thank you.
Should we leave now this link?
Yes. Yes, you come back after. Thank you. Seth, I think that you should also have received the link, the invitation. Okay, so since I have you here, I know that you're both 27 for Renan, 31 for Jose Miguel, both quite young. So my question for you is, I'd like to get to know, how were you encouraged to pursue the actuarial profession and actuarial studies? Was there somebody who presented it to you, or did it come naturally? Let's start with Renan.
I discovered this career when I was in high school. A math teacher told me about this career, and I searched about it, and I thought, oh, it's really cool. There's a lot of math here, and I decided to do it.
Well, and you're using your math for a really good social purpose. That's fabulous.
Yes.
What about you, Jose Miguel?
Yeah, it's very similar to Renan's case. I remember because I like football a lot, so I was in a training session of football, and a friend just told me about actuarial science, because I didn't know before about it. Actually, I was thinking about studying an engineer, because of course, as Renan, I also love math. So the usual path is engineering, no? But then I heard about, because math is cool as well, but maybe it's too much math. I don't know. So, well, actuarial science is also too much math, but I don't know. I found it interesting, and I just decided to enter to actuarial science, and I don't regret at all. I think it's a great career, and yeah.
That is great. So I know that you are still doing some classes in Lausanne. So how are you projecting yourself for the future?
Well, that's a very good question. I don't have an answer yet. I mean, I don't like to plan like in a very long term, let's say. I prefer to, I mean, of course I have some plans, options, but maybe I would like to, because nowadays I'm finishing my PhD studies. But once I finish my PhD, I would like to come back to industry, because I worked during 3 years in Mexico City. So I'm thinking about coming back to industry. And of course, I would like to enter into the inclusive insurance domain, let's say, if possible, because this is like the topic of my thesis. So I think I can contribute a lot in there, hopefully.
For sure, it's a beautiful topic, definitely. What about you, Renan? You are still very young. How are you projecting yourself to the future?
Well, my main plan is still to keep the SOA exams. So it will take a lot of years to finish.
Yes.
And and also continue to learn a lot at my work, because my company is very focused on innovation, so it's really good. And maybe in the future I can project an international career too.
That is, yes, that is for sure a possibility. Yeah. So you both have had, as I know, some working experience. You have had some time within this profession. So what type of advice would you give to somebody who is contemplating to start this career? Let's start
Who will
with
start?
Renan.
Okay. My advice is to be open to the opportunities. I mean, try to find opportunities and go deep, learn a lot of things, and take risks, and that is it.
That's good
That is-
advice. Indeed. What about you, Jose Miguel?
Yeah, I agree with Renan. Maybe be patient, I would say, and also to trust in the present. I mean, trust the present and trust that what you do today will be okay. The future will give you. Well, I remember this video from Steve Jobs that he says that you cannot connect the dots forward, where you can do it backwards. So believe that you
Yeah.
can. Yeah. It's a very good video. If you have not seen it, I recommend it.
Great, thank you. It's kind of like learning from the past to project yourself
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
future. That's
Yeah.
good advice. So as we know, the prize, the major prize for this is for finalist trip to the ICA in Sydney this May. If you were to win this prize, what would be the aspect of the ICA that would you would be looking most forward to? Let's start with Jose Miguel. We already started with Renan before.
Maybe meetings actors from all around the world. I always like to meet people in this type of events. And also, because actually I submitted a research article to the conference. So also I would be looking forward to present my research in the conference.
Great. That's a good. Yeah. Renan?
Well, as Jose said, it's a great opportunity to create network, but I think it will be nice to join the Congress, because when I come back to Brazil, I can say to the actuaries here and the future actuaries my experience and motivate them to continue this career.
That is a good, and I think that you will have a lot of opportunities to meet people from abroad. The ICA usually has more than 1,000 participants. Last time I heard, we already had broken that number of registrants. So it will be a big event, and there will be plenty of opportunities for networking. So going back to you, is there, and to your careers, is there any area of specialty that you would like to follow? Let's start with Renan.
Well, I started working with technical provisions, I don't know the term, reserving. And nowadays I'm working with reinsurance. And there are some fields that I have some that I'm interested, like pricing in products, and also corporate risks too.
That's interesting. What about you, Jose Miguel?
Well, I would like to, of course, maybe work on the inclusive insurance domain, but also I would like to somehow link it to the AI domain, because I'm also very interested in artificial intelligence, as everyone, I guess. So yeah.
That's good. I see that our judges are back. Have you selected a spokesperson who will give us the answers we are all looking for now?
Yes, I will do that. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we had a great judges team, but even more great presenters team. So we all agreed that both presentations were really very interesting and on topics that all of us think are important in terms of society in general and for insurance industry. But so we had to choose. So this time we place Jose as a first place and Renan as the second one. And we also hope that Renan will have his chance on the additional, how you call it, additional.
The wild card edition.
The wild part, yeah. So, yeah.
Congratulations to both of you. Thank you for being here. Now, just a little bit of a reminder. So Jose will be joining. Now we have other semifinalists, Dorota from South Africa, Mika from Singapore, and Thomas from France. They are the other selected semifinalists to date. In terms of the semifinals, I'm sorry, it was not on presentation mode. The other semifinals, the wild card winner will be announced on January 31st. And the semifinals will be played between the 17th and the 22nd of February. The semifinalists has the opportunity to submit an updated video if the person wishes to do so. So finally, we would like to encourage participants to join the North American quarterfinals that will be played on Monday at the same time, hopefully without all the technical difficulties that we have had this time. And last but not least, I hope to see you all in Sydney. Thank you very much for joining us, and we wish you both all the best.
Carla, can I say just a few words before?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you very much for the judges for selecting me, but also I would like to congratulate Renan, because I saw your video and it was quite interesting, and I also saw that you got like a lot of likes. So, and you're very young, so I really congratulate you, Renan. And hopefully I will hopefully we can meet again in the future.
I also have some words. It's a great opportunity to join this competition, and it's an opportunity to motivate people in Brazil to join international competitions like that.
Yeah.
Thanks to both. Wish you all the best, and I'll see you soon.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Carla. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.